Hey guys, how's it going? Duj2 here, and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key. Now, this is going to be a quick little let's talk. This is going to be talking about a couple of things, but first of all, we have a weekend raid board. Now, something I want to talk about this. There is obviously going to be a lot of activity this weekend, more because there's a lot of people who are going to be trying to get those Lux rankings. As you all know, don't forget, we're in the middle of a very, very competitive Lux week. I just want to check real quick the rankings. So I'm sure the top 10 are already decided. I've dropped almost 400 ranks in a day. And that's because I focused most of the day on the Xemnas event. If we look at the top 10, yeah, congratulations to those people up here. You guys are incredible. Wow. That is just, wow. That is huge, guys. Over 100 million, every single one of them. 200, 300, 400 million. That's amazing. That's amazing, guys. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of this weekend. At the same time, we do still have this very, I want to call it frustrating event. The Xemnas event has been a lot of frustration for many people. Now, I've been talking with a lot of people today, and we've been talking a lot of strategy. We've been talking a lot of what's going on in the event and stuff. I'm still on 10 or 11. I'm on 10. I'm on 10 with the behemoth. I've been spending a lot of time today just researching stuff, analyzing, talking to a lot of other players, seeing how they're accomplishing things. I'm trying to figure out how I can do it with what I have, without needing to go to the jewels. I do feel the Gummy Hound may push that out of me. Everything else, I think I can pull it off. It's just a lot of work, a lot of RNG, but it's also a lot of frustration in the sense that in the back of your mind, you're honestly constantly thinking about the fact that this is either a test of how far, and this is the thing, guys. There's been a lot of people who've been able to do it. There's been a lot of people who have been able to do this with less than what I have, but using jewels. There's been a lot of people that have been able to do it with much better medals than I have. Well, it's not really the medals that count, guys. There's two main factors in this challenge. I don't even want to call it a challenge, but there's two main factors in this event that have determined how we do things. Well, the first one I feel is the skills. It's the first time that I'm really feeling the need that I have to use, for example, I messed up here, that I have to use my my defense boost 3s, my attack boost 3s. It's a very, very obvious realization that there are certain things you have to use, and that brings up a very, very, and second chance as well. That brings up a very, very difficult point, and that is, how do we get those skills? And a lot of people who have gotten those skills in the past, it's because you've been playing longer. It's just simply the fact of playing a little longer than other people. I think that a lot of what we're currently doing right now, it depends very much on, for example, I was talking to someone this afternoon, and she has been playing the game for about 2 months, and she has spent quite a bit of money actually in the game. As much as I have actually in that period of time. And in that period of time, they've been able to guild a lot of tier 4s that I don't have. They've been able to get some of the medals from the high score challenges that I don't have guilted, but they don't have a lot of the plus skills that I have. Um, and this is kind of where it gets to the point. You know, having those defense boost threes, having those. Well, it's very interesting, but I've seen people using some interesting techniques in the last couple of days. Or sorry, in the last couple of hours and today. But just looking at what they are trying to do with the game and looking at the strategies that are coming out of this, I think that's the part that makes me very thankful to be playing this game. The community has definitely bonded together, guys. I don't feel this is fair, though. I really don't feel this is fair, because for the majority of players, this is a point of frustration. It's not a point of fun anymore. But I will tell you this: it is incredibly satisfying to be able to pass one of these when you don't think you could do it. If you guys watched the first video I released today, in the morning, it was me pretty much, ending my attempts because I couldn't continue. I just couldn't continue. I was done. There was nothing else I could do. The last 3 events, I thought I was going to have to give up and never get 3 Mickey heads on them. I thought I could never get the hair. And then after I ended the video, we stayed on stream and we kept talking. Stephen Harris helped out with a lot of cool things, and other people also joined in and helped out with some very interesting techniques and ideas. And this is the part that I want to talk about the most. When you hear from someone, "Oh, this is the setup I used," I think about 80%, no, maybe more, maybe 80% of the time or more, when someone shows you their setup, like on our Discord, the first thing you're going to think is, well, that doesn't help me because I don't have those medals. And believe me, I have constantly felt that way today, because most of the setups that people give me, I either don't have one of the medals they have, or I either don't have one of the medals gilded that they have, and I guess this is part of the second one too, or I don't have the skills, the chips and dales, the SIDS. I don't have that medal ready to go. And by ready, I mean what I'm doing right now, what I've been doing all day today. I've been leveling up skills on this on this one. I've been doing this one just because it's a lot easier. You just don't have it. So the first thing you think of, well, you're already frustrated because you weren't able to complete it. So you're already frustrated. You weren't able to complete the event or the stage, and you're already frustrated. And then someone comes along and tells you, "Hey, I did it in 14 seconds with this setup," and they're like, "Dude, try this. It'll work." And you look at the setup and you're like, "Well, I don't have any of that." And that's the first point. And that's the second point. You get frustrated. You get frustrated on top of frustrated because you don't have the skill they have, or you don't have that medal, or even if you do have the medal, you have the skill and you have all the supplies. You don't want to use the supplies. We've been taught by Square Enix to protect and hoard our supplies like crazy because we don't know when we're going to get any more. And I think that's kind of where I kind of think that this is where I'm going with all this. We've reached a point in the game where we slowly are realizing that we have been conditioned to play a certain way. Play in a way of protecting everything. And by the way, this is where I've been restoring AP this week too. It's not bad. It's 5 cost. Oh no, sorry, not that one. The Xemnas. So I've been going to Xemnas 1, and this is where I've been restoring AP. It's actually it's pretty cool. Or 1 or 2 or 3. That's where I've been restoring APs because they only cost 1 right now. Where was I? Oh yeah. So you're already frustrated because you haven't been able to pass the spider or the guard armor or the snowman or who knows what. So you're already frustrated, and then someone comes along and tells you, "Hey, this is what you have to do." And of course, the first thing you think to yourself is, "Are you kidding me?" So it's very difficult to accept that defeat, or it's very difficult to accept the fact that, you know what, even if you don't have all that, um, there are other ways around. And that's what I've had to do today. I've had to, with a lot of setups that people send me, I've had to stop and think and change things slightly. As I said again, huge props goes out to Stephen Harris. He has come up with some incredibly inventive ways of getting these things done. And it's been very fun adjusting my setups around his. But he really helped me, because I was stuck for quite a while on the thought of I have to use a ton of defense boost 3s and defense boost 2s and just outweight this guy. But I was never going to get any of the time limits with it. So it's very, this event, the whole day for many people has been very frustrating, and very disappointing as well, because if you spend months playing a game, if you spend tens or hundreds or thousands of dollars developing your character on an app, then you feel that you have been cheated in a way out of something when you're unable to A, get what you're trying to get, and B, when you look at the fact that the JP version of this event is the exact same thing, yet they have medals and tools and skills far beyond their reach. This event is frustrating. I'm not going to deny that. It's very satisfying as well when you're able to find a way around things. It's not about having all the tier 4 skilled in the world. And I know a lot of people have been looking at my setups and saying, well, I don't have JNS. And JNS has made my life much easier in this sense. A lot of people also say, I don't have Illustrator Kyrie. I don't have, Illustrator Sora or HD Axel or a lot of other medals. And I understand. I completely get that. I have seen people do this with medals much less than what I have. It is possible to accomplish without the medals I have. It's much more difficult, and you have to have RNG, and you have to have the skills. And see, and that's the final point I want to make about this particular event. This is the first event that, without a doubt, I will say, if you don't have certain key skills, and if you don't have, let's say, that animation is hilarious. If you don't have, let's say, an Illustrator Kyrie, if you don't have a JNS, if you don't have a really great friend medal with Defense Boost 3 or Second Chance, if you don't have Second Chance in yours, if you don't have certain key little factors, then yes, I do agree, you will not be able to complete these challenges. And that's the first time that I've ever said that about this game. I have seen people accomplish amazing things with medals that I never would have imagined. I mean, let me put it this way. If you guys want to know, if you're part of our Discord channel, Stephen Harris was able to defeat... I wish I could show it to you guys right now. I guess I could, but no, I'll just tell you guys. He was able to defeat the level 280 Trickmaster in the time allotted. And in his second slot, he has Bambi. That doesn't make sense, does it? That really doesn't make sense. No, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding you guys. He has Bambi. It's using medals that we never thought we could use. It's using strategy on a whole new level, guys. We are having to we're having to pull out strategies and just go far beyond anything we've gone before. And that is very exciting in the game to find. Can a brand new player accomplish these? No. Can a true free-to-play player who hasn't been playing very long accomplish these? No. But that's the nature of the game as well. This game is, as we've said before, it's run by a business. Their intent is to get money. They want to get paid. To do that, they want to encourage people to spend more money by providing limited edition medals, events, etc., etc. That's the nature of their game. That's what they want to do. It's also our choice whether or not we want to do it. But they also need to understand that if they do things like this, if they release events like this, it's very, very possible that a lot of people are going to stop playing, because it's very frustrating when you've spent a lot of time or a lot of money and you're unable to accomplish something that you should have been able to accomplish, or you can see someone else accomplish much easier than you. This is not a strategy game. It kind of does say in the description that it's strategy, but it hasn't been touted as a game of, it's of that level of strategy where you have to look at your medals and change things and move around. And it's an amazing game, guys. It's a really incredible game, which I feel personally has been mismanaged in communication and how it's presented to us, the players and the fan base. And also, it's been incorrectly marketed to us. And also, if to reach a wider audience, to reach a wider financial range, lowering the cost of a lot of things would make the game much more enjoyable for a lot of people, I think. But at the same time, it's not... I think the last thing I want to say is this. The game has been too easy for some people, too hard for a lot of other people. There's a chunk of people who are just right. This is Goldilocks here. There's a chunk of people who have just the right enough of medals they've pulled, they've saved, they've played enough time where they are able to accomplish things, sometimes with a little bit of difficulty, but they can still accomplish them. In my personal case, I have spent quite a bit of money. I don't feel that I'm in the majority anymore. I've spent much more than that, but my my pull luck has been absolutely dreadful, and I have not spent wisely either. I shouldn't pull sometimes, and I should save to pull for mercy pulls sometimes. I've pulled for many wrong reasons in the past. I have saved my medals and my skills so much because I've been so afraid to use them that it has limited my game quite a bit as well. This is not the first time that we've experienced this type of frustration. If you guys remember what was it called? The floating ghost things, the wandering spirit. I forget what those were called. Those were impossible for a large majority of the player base, but then again, those were not geared to the majority of the player base. Those were geared to a specific group of people who had spent enough money and had certain medals to be able to accomplish the tasks. That was the first time we saw that. A very blatant, okay, they're trying to keep entertained the people who have spent a lot of money and who can easily breeze by anything. This is the first event that I've heard of many people who have spent a lot of money using, and I'm not lying about this, using tier 4 gilded medals with AB3 or Defense Boost 3 or something like that, using those medals and putting them into other medals. Now, some of these people do have multiple tier 4 gildeds because they have spent a lot of money in this game. But this is the first time that we have had to make such brutal decisions with our medals, with our skills, to be able to accomplish the task. I'm not going to say if that's fair or not, because it's up to each individual person. But this should not be touted as a free event. This should not be presented to us as a something to be excited about, because the next Organization 13 event, this one is already leaving a very bad taste in everyone's mouth. And the next one, a lot of people are going to look at as, I don't even want to try it. I don't even want to do it, because what's the point? Which leads me to the next thing. A lot of people are going to stop playing because of this. If the game has reached a point of difficulty where the majority of the player base is unable to accomplish the tasks, they're going to stop playing. This game is very much built on the satisfaction of completing, the satisfaction of being able to accomplish something. If people aren't able to reach that, they're going to have a bad time. But anyway, guys, that's where I wanted to leave this. This is just me rambling at 1 in the morning for half an hour with you guys. Just talking. I just want to talk with you guys about how I feel about today. How I feel about the first day after we've seen this. And we've seen many people accomplish these events. We've seen many people spend a lot, thousands of jewels to be able to pass it. I've seen tips, I've seen tricks, I've seen glitches, I've seen tons of stuff today, guys. It has been a very, very interesting day for this game, and equally, I think the amount of time that people have played this game has just skyrocketed. It's just gone through the roof today. It's an interesting day for the game, guys. It's a very interesting day for the game. I'm very curious to see if they are going to lower the difficulty of this level. I'm very curious to see if they are going to release anything. I honestly thought they were going to release something today, Saturday, to make it easier for people, like some sort of a pull, where if you pulled, you got a Defense Boost 3. Or if you pulled, you had the chance of getting certain... Okay, so this is what I honestly thought they were going to do. I honestly thought they were going to release a banner, a special banner, with only buffers and debuffers, and they would have a chance of coming with Defense Boost 3. And second chance, actually. I really, really thought that that's what they were going to do, because this is like the perfect marketing opportunity for something like that. People would go crazy for something like that, especially if they see the strategies that people are using. People are using some incredible strategies to be able to accomplish this. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. As always, I am Duj2. This is going to be the first of a very interesting series. A very casual, just me talking to you guys. I'm not streaming right now. I'm just playing, leveling up my skills, and just chatting with you guys, just sharing my thoughts. This is going to be an interesting test for my channel as well. And you know what? I just had a really interesting idea. I'm going to try something. Let's see how it works out. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. As always, I am Duj2, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.